Hi, welcome to this week's edition of Monday Messages. How was your week? I hope it was good. It's a rainy day here in Charlotte, so I always enjoy rainy days. I think there's something very cozy and comforting about them. I don't know. I guess I would be perfectly at home in Ireland. I hear. In fact, the few times I've visited Ireland, uh, with the exception of the heat wave they had this past summer, it rained a lot. So it wasn't like the Irish Springs commercials I was used to. It was very rainy and cold, and but it's still beautiful. Um, so I was thinking about what to talk about this week, and I wanted to share with you a story. So my husband was making, I was in the kitchen talking to my husband as he was making a bowl of cereal. Chippy was right next to me because Chippy kind of hangs out, just especially when people are in the kitchen. He's on high alert because there's chances something could fall on the ground and he could cash in. So he's always very, just kind of, oh, I'm just gonna hang out with you guys in the kitchen and just, in case something falls and I will jump on it. So this was like the lucky day for Chippy because Brian goes to pour the milk and accidentally drops it. The whole gallon of milk just explodes all over the floor. And we both kind of just look like, ah, sheer panic because the whole floor is covered in milk. Chippy's like, what are the chances? I was made for this. This is perfect. He jumps right in, starts looking at the milk. Me and Brian are with paper towels cleaning up. It's a disaster for us, but for Chippy, it's a dream come true. And if of course, I throw in the joke. Hey, no use crying over spilled milk, huh? Like wiping it up. But it happened, and we dealt with it. And so I I thought about incorporating that story because I enjoy telling it very much because Chippy and how he was just so excited to be able to cash in on the opportunity. One man disaster is another dog's delight. Let's put it that way. So we ended up getting the mess cleaned up. But I guess the point is, I was thinking about what do you do when unexpected things happen? Things are going to happen. You think, okay, everything's going to happen perfectly fine in normal today. And next thing you know, milk explodes all over the floor. Or, God forbid, something even worse happens. And it brings me to the thought of the concept of grief and of coping mechanisms. Because I was just talking with Patsy on my version of Kelly Appy that's coming out. We were talking about coping mechanisms, and at the end, we kind of actually, after the episode had ended, we started talking about grief, and I told her my theory about grief because I had read about anticipatory grief, which I didn't understand, but it's when COVID started happening, they, you know, I read an article where people are like, yeah, it feels a lot like grief, but what are you losing? What did you lose? And come to find out, there's a thing called anticipatory grief, and that is when you find out a major catastrophe has happened, and or like you're going to die of cancer. Your loved one is going to die of cancer or something like along the lines of that, a terminal illness of any sort. There's a anticipatory grief process that we're wired to do, which is just like the regular grief process. We go through denial, bargaining, anger, depression, and finally to that place of acceptance of, okay, this is where it is. And I was thinking about that in relation to uh, alcoholism and recovery from addictions. And it makes perfect sense to me that when we come into recovery, when you're kind of at that place of, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. I'm an alcoholic, I'm an addict, I'm a love addict, I'm a whatever, food addict, whatever addiction you come to terms with, you go through that whole anticipatory grief. You got the denial. No, I can't be. I'm not. And then you go into the bargaining. Well, maybe if I try to drink just 2 a day, then I can handle this, and then going back to the denial, I'm not an alcoholic, back to trying to bargain, and then into the anger and depression, which is adamant in early recovery. And my theory is that a lot of the relapsers are actually going through the grief process of the denial and bargaining stage before they're finally able to come full circle with the denial, bargaining, anger, depression, straight to eventually leading to the place we all want to get, acceptance. And once we get to that place of acceptance, that's where the healing can really begin and life can start to blossom and grow. So, if you are new in recovery or you know someone struggling who is not yet in recovery, think about my theory about the grief process with the anticipatory grief thing going on with them. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe they're processing what they had, how the body is designed to process, the denial. Where are they at? Where are they at in the recovery? Are they still in the denial and bargaining phase? Because that they're going to keep relapsing until they get out of that and finally come to a place of, acceptance after fighting it with anger and depression, getting to that place of acceptance. And acceptance, that's where the healing is. So that's my thoughts and topic for today. Just something to think about. If you are enjoying these Monday messages, keep coming back every Monday. We'll be doing them. Start your week off with a message of hope to help and heal. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say about this. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.